What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at this 2026 Land Rover Defender 130 V8. This thing is $135,000. It's also finished off in the Carpathian Grey with the factory matte PPF. This is the ultimate three-row SUV. We've been having a blast with it this week. So let's get right into this massive Land Rover and see what it has to offer. Underneath the hood of the 2026 Land Rover Defender, you're gonna find the 5-liter supercharged 8-cylinder engine. This V8 packs 493 horsepower with 450 pound-feet of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission. It does have an all-wheel drive system. Top speed is 149 miles per hour, and it can do 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. The overall curb weight is around 5,800 pounds, and max towing capacity is even 8,200 pounds. The overall length is 200.8 inches without the spare tire, 211.7 with the spare tire, and then wheelbase is 119. Width is 79.1, and then height is 77.6 inches with maximum ground clearance at 11.5 inches. Being a Land Rover, this of course is pretty off-road capable with approach angle at 37.5 degrees, breakover angle at 27.9 degrees, departure is 39.8, and water fording is 35.4 inches. And then all running on a 23.8 gallon fuel tank, you can expect 14 miles per gallon in the city with 19 out on the highway. So moving on to the exterior styling with the Defender 130, basically they all look the same for the Defenders. The 90 is going to be a 2-doored SUV, the 110 is a standard 4-door, the 130 here is a full-size 3-row 4-door. You have the really nice LED headlights in those half circles with the small squares. I like the gloss black surrounding it. You can see the gloss black in the center of the vehicle with the matte PPF for all the gray. Got the Land Rover badge along with some gray trim. It says Defender up on the hood. And then down below, we have a lot of mesh to provide tons of cooling throughout this engine. We have parking sensors, a forward-facing camera, LED fog lights, just a really rugged style. These things look so cool in person. I like how they have a blend of the luxury classy taste, but also that rugged off-road style. You can see how nice the matte looks, and then up on the hood, we have that texture design with all the gloss black and some smooth body lines throughout it. At the side profile, that gloss black makes its way into the fender arch with one of the reflectors. You have a nice bulge around the wheel arch and then a cool set of 22-inch wheels. Finishing the gloss black, we also have the Brembo brakes, and then back here we have a functional duct as well, saying Defender. You got the same square mesh, and then all the gloss black trim down below with your V8 badge as well. On the doors, very smooth design. We have the body color for that Carpathian Grey, and then you can see the gloss black mirror caps with an integrated camera. You can also see on the A-pillar finished off in the matte gray, and then we have all the gloss black up on the roof with your roof rails as well as a full panoramic sunroof. You can see the 2 different massive panes of glass. Then we have a nice accent piece right here with the matte PPF, and then in back is where you really see the longer overall length compared to a standard 4-door. So it's a pretty big vehicle, however, it's actually nice to drive. It doesn't feel like something that is massive. You have one sleek body line cutting through the entire side profile, and then at the back we have more of this gloss black surrounding the upper window, and then I love these square-shaped taillights. Got a really unique style to them. Gloss black down below with parking sensors, a dual quad-tipped exhaust, all your trailer hitch connections right in the center, as well as recovery hooks and parking sensors. For the spare tire, you got the Defender name, even with the matte color on it, gloss black up above, grab handle and Defender logo over on this left side. So it really comes together. This is a cool looking SUV. Really enjoyed seeing it in the driveway. And then for the key fob, just your typical Land Rover. You have lock, unlock, headlight button, logo on the back. You can go ahead and lock the car. Once you walk up to it, you can just grab the door handle. You can also press this button right here. It will automatically unlock, and we can check out the interior. So this one's gonna get the Windsor ebony leather interior, so a nice design overall. And then along the door panel, you can see finished off all in black. We have this soft touch material up above, and then I love how you have the exposed body color on the inside with these exposed bolts. We have some padding right here for the armrest, more padding on the side, a large grab handle, and then all of our mirror controls, window controls, memory seating, lock and unlock with a Meridian audio system. Got a release handle, speakers, more storage down below, and then a nice set of all-weather floor mats with the Land Rover badge. Got the V8 logo, power controls for the seats, and then a mix of this fabric as well as the leather. We have perforations throughout the center, same with the backside, and then just some smooth stitching all up towards the headrest. And then we have a really rugged looking 4-spoke steering wheel with black leather and metal trim. And then now inside the 2026 Land Rover Defender, keep my foot on the brake. Go ahead and fire it up. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, we have a nice LCD screen that is configurable. I have our radar cruise control on the left side, your tach and speed in the center with audio on the right. You can configure it using this icon right here. I can scroll down to display layout, and under here you're able to go into a 2-dial design. We can have the map pop up. You have media information. You can have full driver's assistance as well. So it makes it very easy to adjust. I like all the different designs. It makes it really fit your taste. You have a lot of trip information as well that's able to pop up, speed limit sign, fuel, temperature, things like that. On the steering wheel, we have those buttons, which are very easy to use. Volume is right here. And then on the right side, we're gonna get all the cruise control, which is super easy. Heated steering wheel, distance pacing, got Defender name written out, the black leather on it. Really cool design with aluminum paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. On the right stock, we have the stock for windshield wipers. And then on the left side, we have all of our headlights and turn signals. Down below on the left, we have our electronic park and brake, and then more of this nice soft touch. There's storage right here, small grab handle, more of the leather and stitching. Got your air vent, heads-up display, a nice texture up above. We have more air vents in the center with hazards, and then on the passenger side, we have this really cool kind of a grab handle with all the black leather. Tons of hidden storage all up in front with the name written out. Got a USB port down here, and then just a lot of storage. So really nice, especially with all the leather throughout it. It's a super cool looking interior. For the screen, I really like how Land Rover's done these screens. It's really nice looking, it's easy to use. You have a lot of different information that can pop up. We have our apps icon right here where you can configure all sorts of different information. And what's really cool, you can tap any of these and then mix and match and adjust your sidebar here. So when you exit out of here, now you can see them all here. So I have climate control, a nice shortcut to get to the depiction. We have our front, you can do that. Rear zones, you can also make all of their adjustments. We have a shortcut to the cameras. We have a nice 360 design. You can get a really good look around the car. You can also tap these small icons and maneuver it. You also have ones from the POV of the car itself, so that is a cool touch. Then we have off-road cameras as well. You can see your wheels, your differentials, towing as well. So it makes it super simple. We have other shortcuts you can get into for off-roading, which is fantastic for a car like this. And then back to the home screen, and then you can adjust all these tiles as well. Down below all that, we're going to get physical climate controls and drive modes. So we have these 2 dials where you can easily adjust your temperature. If you tap the screen, you can roll it right for heated seats, left for ventilated seats. So that makes it super nice. We have fan speed. You just tap that to make your fan speed adjustment. Drive modes, you tap that, and you can use this to toggle. That's going to come up on the screen as well. You can go into all of your different drive modes. We have a ton of off-road modes. Comes up on the screen too. So of course, plenty of off-road modes, towing modes, sport modes even, as well as just standard street modes. And then you can see we have our auto start stop, downhill assist, adjustable suspension, some air conditioning controls, zones, volume, and then our shifter over on the left side. For here, popping into reverse, of course, those cameras pop up, P button, back into park. And then there's a ton of hidden storage all down below with extra plugs. You can even press that. You have a nice little cubby. We have cup holders, wireless phone charging, storage on this left side, and then I love more of the soft touch with those exposed bolts. Got a nice comfortable leather armrest, and then this is even cooled as well. So you can tap that for 2 different levels of it, which has been really great. And then on the right side, we have our glove box as expected with a locking function. And then one last look at the interior. I just love how these feel rugged, but everything you touch is really nice. So it's a rugged luxury SUV with tons of space. It's just a really cool interior. We have a soft material for the entire headliner, and then you can see the massive panoramic roof for the front and rear seats. We also have those controls up here, the glass controls, and then we have a digital rear view mirror. You can make that adjustment. We have garage door buttons underneath. Moving on to the second row seats, I can just grab the door handle and open it up. Door panel is going to be finished off like we saw up front. Got a massive window, all the soft touch material, the padding, the grab handle, speakers, and storage. This is going to have the captain's chairs, which is a nice option for this. You can see the fabric material, then all the same leather all throughout it. So nice, comfortable, large seats. We have adjustments you can make for these armrests, which is a great touch. And then up in front, we're actually gonna get climate controls and air vents. So we have those adjustments, and then you have the same dials and everything back here for temperature, fan speed. We have plugs, there's gonna be cup holders in the floor, and then storage behind these seats. Now, sitting back here, it's pretty roomy, as you can tell. Car seat fits very nice, and I'm able to sit up front with no issues. So then for me to sit back here, you can pull the lever, slide these forwards and back, and then we have a recline lever as well. I will say this isn't the most plush second row. These feel very high up. They're like tall seats. So it's not really a seat you sink into like a luxury car. But you know, I sit here fine with good headroom. Again, you feel tall. My head is up by here and the window is pretty low. So it's an interesting feeling back seat. However, you know, I do sit comfortably. And then after grabbing the lever up by your shoulder, we can slide the seat out of the way. You're gonna get a small walkway into the third row where you're gonna get 3 individual seats that will actually all fold down independently. And then sitting in the third row, honestly, this is pretty nice. At 5'11", once again, I have good headroom. There's even a manual sunshade, which is super cool for that roof. And with this second row back up to where I had it, I actually have legroom and knee room. But you're gonna get dome lights up above with grab handles. You have more of that nice soft material for the headliner. We have air vents here, there's plugs, there's even heated seats, storage and cup holders, and a padded armrest. Now with the captain's chairs, while it's a little small, getting into the back with the seat folded, I can actually easily climb in between the seats and then get back to the second and hop out. So this SUV is a useful third row. I don't really have complaints actually in the real world. Now in back, of course, we have that swing gate, which is cool to see for the Defenders, and we can take a look at the rear storage. You're gonna get 14.8 cubic feet of cargo volume in this configuration with the third row up. And then for this little privacy cover, we can just pop these off and just manually pull this down as well. So that can get out of the way. Then from here, these seats, you can see the headrest, there's a little button you can press and they're gonna fold nicely. And then we just have these little straps you can pull and unlock them to get them all folding flat. So everything's manual, there's no luxury, power controls, but again, this is a functional car that's also a luxury brand. Now with these folded down, we're looking at 48.8 cubic feet of cargo volume. And then with the second row folded down, they almost fold flat, but you can see we have 87.1 cubic feet of cargo volume with everything flat. So super nice and roomy. In back, there's even an area you can pull upwards. We have a little bit hidden storage, and this whole center piece is actually removable. You have a strap on the left side, you can gain some access underneath there. All right, so setting off now in the Defender 130. I went ahead and put it into the auto off-road, got the cameras up, the full ride height. Obviously this truck can actually do a ton off-road, a lot more than what we're doing in a empty parking lot. But I can see that gravel hill and stuff, and even just going down a little bump here. I mean, this thing is a pretty capable, massive 3-row, which is really cool. So super capable off-road. Obviously this is nothing for what this car can do, but I just love a lot of what this has to offer. So going back in just to comfort mode, the suspension will lower a little bit. We can make all those adjustments. Of course, it'll make adjustments as you drive, but this has been really cool, especially with the V8. It sounds really good. You have so much power. Normal driving, it's pretty comfortable up here. Now this isn't the Range Rovers, which are super luxury focused. This one is of course more off-road, more rugged, but from a luxury brand, which you really don't see. Aside from maybe the Mercedes G-Wagon, there's nothing really that competes with what this SUV has to offer. So from here, build quality, I mean, tackling bumps, it takes them like a champ. It's really tough feeling. I mean, it feels solid. This is a really nice vehicle to drive. So if we go into manual mode now, into the dynamic mode still, we can play with the power. But visibility is also really good. I especially like just all the glass, especially in the ceiling. Really good view around with no issues. And then just slowly getting up to speed and dynamic. I mean, just effortless. It sounds good. You can hear some rumbles on that exhaust. I mean, this thing is so cool. So in dynamic mode, you can kind of drive it like a sports car and use it for the fun factor, but then you can go into luxury mode and then off-road mode. Not many vehicles give you that. Now it's still a big heavy SUV, so it's not going to corner like a sports car, but it takes the turns well. It doesn't feel out of place when you drive it harder on the streets. And then an acceleration from first gear. Pretty nice and peppy, and man, that V8 is just awesome. So then toning it all down, comfort mode, automatic. Again, it's comfortable and nice. The seats are really well padded. I feel really nice and up high in this SUV. The armrests are all really good too. So it's just an easy normal car to drive around town, and given it doesn't feel that wide, it's been easy to park. A little bit longer, so I have used the cameras quite a lot when I park, just to make sure the tail end or the front are where they need to be. I also like how you have some climate control functions, so it's been really good being able to get the backseat set up. However, with their controls, it's no issue to get that all set up. And then these dials really aren't too difficult to get used to with your dual zone temperature, just to make sure those are all good. And then toggling between stuff, it really isn't complicated. It's easy to get used to. You know, it looks cool, it's very functional. But yeah, overall ride quality is great. It's fun to just whip it around. You can drive it aggressively if you want, but then it also can tone down enough and be super capable for the towing, the off-roading. This can almost do everything. I don't think there's really any shortcomings with the Defender, especially the 3-row like this. So my honest thoughts with the Defender, I really love the blend that this SUV offers. It's not often you can get an SUV that truly can do it all. This, you can go off-roading. Now it's a little long, so certain trails probably not ideal. We took a 90 off-roading, and that was so cool with the short wheelbase, the short body. That was fantastic. This is more ideal for maybe like camping, overlanding style off-roading, or any sort of just trail that happens to be off pavement. This is gonna be more than enough capable for anything like that. So as long as you have some room on the trails, I mean, this is gonna be able to go a lot of places. With that, you can tow a ton, which is great to see. And then for the family, you really have no complaints. It's roomy. We've been really good with it, just going around town with everybody in it. I like how it has a lot of power, a responsive transmission, so I can drive it like a sports car. That's what I like in general. I like sports cars. So the fact that I can drive this in that style is awesome. Also with the acceleration, it gets up to speed really well. So it's been a cool SUV. The V8 sounds amazing. It's something so different than anything else. And then with the interior, I like this rugged, kind of utilitarian design. Just the way it looks, you've got those rugged rubbers on it. Like, it's a cool place. I like how it isn't just super plush. If you want that, Land Rover makes that. You know, check out the Range Rover lineup. But with the Defender, it's a neat SUV because it kind of is a rugged off-roader, but also happens to be built by a luxury brand. Therefore, it's really nice on the interior with high-quality materials all around. Exterior looks so cool. It's just a beefy tank. It looks so good sitting in the driveway right now. I think the only complaint would be if you are comparing this with other like luxury brand, very expensive, powerful engine 3 rows, yes, it's not as good. You know, a nicely equipped GLS at the same price is going to have a more plush back seat. That car is very luxurious focused. So you got to keep that mindset when you're looking at a Defender. This isn't supposed to be the most plush thing out there. This is rugged, it's utilitarian, it's something different. It's very different than the typical 3 rows, but it has all the space. My wife's been fine sitting in the back with the baby, and we've been able to do family road trips, stuff like that, with no complaints. It's been nice to drive. Gas mileage, I don't really care. I have burned a quarter tank of gas in 2 days. So needless to say, it's a little on the thirsty side, but you can get this in a 6-cylinder too. So this is the vehicle that you don't care about gas mileage, you don't care about that sort of things. You want something that just can do it all. You want a cool family SUV that can go anywhere, tackle anything. I mean, that sharp dip there, most cars would bottom out. Obviously this can handle a lot. This is definitely something to take into consideration. But there you guys go. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned for plenty more content, and I'll see you all in the next video.